Hello and welcome, everybody.
Good evening.
Wow. I love that intro. I absolutely love that intro. So it's so groovy.
Yeah, I know. I was thinking about it earlier, though. What with these new models coming, I'm going to have to try and edit it somehow. I'm not looking forward to that. So I might try and make it more generic. I don't know.
Well, yeah. Get all four on, because no doubt you'll be doing all four before much longer.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Bedford build once again. So I've forgotten which show it is. Is it 8? Show
Ooh.
8?
Yeah, I think it's been going a while, isn't it? Yeah,
Yeah.
7 or 8.
Yeah, so I've forgotten which show it is, but that doesn't matter. So we're going to have a nice, relaxing build tonight. We've got lots of things to do on our models, and they are really getting there now. So I would imagine within the next 2 or 3 weeks, definitely, that they'll be finished, I would have thought. But fingers crossed and all that, and hopefully they will be finished. So I'm going to quickly go through the chat and say hello to everybody. And so please excuse us if we don't read out all the chat. So we'll just say hello to everybody if that's all right. So first one in the chat then is Gillian. Gillian Dotz. Hello, Gillian, and welcome.
Hello, Gillian.
And then we've got Jackie Gerand. Hello, Jackie. Jackie
Hi,
says
Jackie.
hello to everyone in the channel, and it's a raid from Jackie from Anfield Road layout in the loft. Hope you're all keeping well and not too bad, thanks. So yeah, that's brilliant, a raid. Wow. So then we've got Mary Oglesby, my mum. So hey, ma'am.
Hi, Mary.
And she says hello, everybody is well in the chat. And then we've got Anfield Road layout in the loft, and he says Lee says Anfield Road raid. Yeah. Thank you for that, Lee. Now, did I notice that you was live this afternoon? So I must apologise for not joining you this afternoon, but I have been rather busy. So I have got I've got quite an awful lot to do. So
I didn't see. I've been up to my eyeballs all day, and I had to go to the garage earlier. But I thought it was tomorrow you were streaming. I guess it was a last minute.
I think it might have been a last minute one or whatever. But yeah, so I apologise for not joining. I would have joined, but well, life gets in the way, doesn't it? During the daytime, you've got things to do and what have you. So sometimes. But yeah, I do believe that Anfield Road layout in the loft is live tomorrow at 5 p.m. in the afternoon. So that's English time of 5 p.m. So we've got Dave Builds in the house. Good evening, everyone, and good luck with your builds, guys, and have a great show. Thank you for that, Dave. And we've got Peter Webster that's joined us tonight, and he says hello to Mary, Lee, and Dave Mack. So hi, Peter.
Hi, Peter. Hi, Dave.
And Lee saying hello to Peter, and then Peter saying hello to Dave S. and Alex. Good luck for tonight. Thank you for that, Peter.
Thank you, Peter.
And Dave Mack says hi to Peter. Anfield Road layout in the loft says hi, Dave M. Dave M says hello to Gillian and Mary. And Dave M says hi to Lee. We've got Ian Campbell in the house as well. So good evening, all. Good evening, Ian.
Hi, Ian.
Thanks for joining. And then we've got Marvel Picks Todd. So all the way from sunny America there. So hello and good evening, all. Hello, Todd. Thanks for joining. Anfield Road layout in the loft says hi, Todd. Yorkshire Crafter's in the building as well. So good evening, she says to everyone. Hello, Yorkshire Crafter Julie. And then we've got Geordie Dave in the building as well. So hello, Geordie Dave. Thanks for joining.
Hi, Geordie.
He says evening to everybody. So Lee says hi to Ian. Ian says hi to Lee, Todd, and Geordie Dave. Dave Builds says evening. Geordie Dave says hi to Lee and Ian. Geordie Dave says hi to Todd. And Peter Webster says hi to Julie. Gillian Dotz says good evening, Dave Builds. Crafty Chris is in the building as well. So take a seat, darling. Good evening, everyone. Good evening to Alex, Dave, and everyone in the chat. So hello, darling.
Hi, Chris.
Come and take a seat. And Lee says hi to Julie. Ian says Wendy's mine's a coffee, 1 sugar and milk. Well, Wendy, mine's a coffee, 3 sugars and milk tonight. Yeah, because I need the extra energy. So
Wendy's got sleep.
Gillian Dotz says hi, Peter. Dave McBill says watched your roller coaster this afternoon. Says Dave McBill's Alex, and it looks amazing. Well done, he says.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I was playing with that earlier, actually.
Yeah, it was absolutely amazing. There were some nail-biting moments when that cog messed up the first time around, but wow, when it got going properly, wow, it was fantastic. So Jackie from Anfield Road Layout in the Loft says hi to everyone from Jackie. And then Ian Campbell says, hi, Alex and Sir Dave. Hi, Ian. Thanks for joining. And Yorkshire Crafter says hello to Dave McBuilds, Peter Webster. We've got Daz Faulkner in, and he says, how do everyone? How do, Daz?
Hiya.
And Peter Webster says, hi, Jackie. Peter Webster says, hi, Daz. Dave McBill says, hi, Daz. Excuse me, I'm losing my voice. Lee says, was a last minute one. Oh, that must have been your stream today. Yeah, well, I apologize for not joining, but obviously we've got things to do during the day, but not every day, but some days. So Peter Webster says it was a test stream, and Darth DMC is in the house. So evening all. Hi, Darth.
Hi, Darth.
Geordie Dave says hi to Dave Mack and Peter, and Peter says hi to Darth. We've got Alex Demetrius in the building. So good evening, Horlixs, Dave, and to everyone in the chat. Good luck with your tonight's show. Thank you for that, Alex.
Hi, Alex. Thank you.
And Peter Webster says hi, Gillian. Dave McBill says hi, Crafty Chris and Alex. Peter Webster says hi, Todd and Ian. Peter Webster says hi, Alex D and Geordie. Peter says hi to Chris. Daz says, goodness me, it's jumped. Daz says, how do again, Peter? And Daz says, and Lee. Peter's and Lee. Yeah, there's a song there somewhere, won't they? So, yeah. Taking me off on a tangent now, haven't you? So.
Well, I did wonder, like, you're sort of reading all the comments out. We were just going to say hi.
We were just going to say hi to everybody. So,
hi.
Hello, everybody. And hello to everybody that's saying hello to everybody else.
No, we're just getting used to it, didn't we?
Yeah, we're just used to it. So Jackie says, hi to Wendy, 1 coffee with milk and no sugar. Okay. So, right. Peter Webster says he's got his next Eddie pack today and can't wait to do it tomorrow. Yeah, there is quite a few people that have got other Eddie packs already, haven't they? Right, I'm going to star that comment there and we'll crack on. Okay. Oh, goodness me. Come on. Stop being a... There we go. Star it, please. There we go. Right. Okay, I'm going to change my camera, show you what I'm up to today then. So, and, or tonight. Come on, camera, webcam. Howdy-do-de-do-de-do-de. Okay, let's have a look. So the bits I've got done so far then. So the bits I've got done so far is the chassis, the engine, the axles, the wheels. They're all done. The cab, the basic cab is painted. The inside of the cab, so that's the inside of the cab. The bodywork with the box on the back. The bonnet, which is just out of camera shot somewhere down here, the bonnet top, and the sides for the bonnet there down there. So, and then we've got in the rest of the bits down here, we have the 2 doors, we have the dashboard, the front bumper, the front wings. I think you can see them, the spare wheel. We've got the front grille that I've painted with the silver strips on, and I was beginning to work on the back bumper last week. Well, hopefully tonight I'm going to put some white paint on here and finish off the back bumper, and then I can get it on the body. I'm hoping to do quite a bit of things tonight, lots of little catching up jobs to do. There's some little bits that I need to glue onto this bulkhead. both on the top here and underneath. So I think there's 4, 5, 6 bits I need to put on there, which I'll put on there tonight. And I'll finish this bumper tonight. And that's about it, I suppose. I may do some other things that I've not mentioned. So I'm not working on the crane tonight. I may even put some windows in the cab. I'll see it, or at least I'll see how they fit, and then I can maybe get the door handles and things like that as well. So there's lots of little bits I can be getting on with tonight. So anyway, that's roughly what I'm going to be doing. So obviously there's a pile of bits here that we've been working on, and we're nearly coming to the end now, really. I mean, yeah, there's the crane to do. There's all the fancy little bits to do. I've got all the decals to put on, or the stickers, or the transfers, or whatever you want to call them. So I've got all them to put on, and I've got some final painting to do as well. So yeah, so and I've got the crane to do, and my crane is still in its plastic bag. So I'm pretty sure Horlicks is going to talk about that in a few minutes. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to paint some white as well and some black on some bits. But that's basically what I'm going to do tonight. Okay. So I'm going to swap my camera over to Horlicks' camera. Are you ready, Horlicks?
Yes, okay. So,
yeah. Oh, I'll go over there. There we go.
Okay, so I'm a bit, well, I'm not stuck. The problem is I've got so much to do, and I don't know what order to do it in, but pretty much the same. This is where we got to last week. So I've got the box in there painted. Obviously, I've gone for a different colour. Spare wheels in with blue tack. Still not gone anywhere. Obviously, we have functioning lights at the back, which will be connected up towards the end, which you've seen. Those of you from the last show, I wasn't happy with my doors. I have repainted, and they look more of a matte.
Oh, so, they look better, yeah. They look
yeah, I mean, I think one of the plan was to glue these doors in and get the decals back on, because I've got some spare decals. So I need to get the decals back on there, and then these bits, so that I can give this whole cab a gloss coat before I put windows in. But whether I'll do that or not, I don't know. I've also been playing with the crane, and I have primed this. And as you know, I've got a working beacon that we were working on. So in order to fit that, don't you'll really see, I've actually had to cut that angle. I've just cut a little channel out down the side there. Only rough, because you're not really going to notice the detail, but that's just so I can get the wiring down the side. You can just see all the way down there now, so I can get the wiring down there and out the bottom here. Now that was actually an accident. This is actually really thin plastic, so just be really careful. When I try to cut that off the sprue, it's a hole in it.
Oh, heck.
But I'm not. That's sort of good, because the wire can come through there.
Yeah.
So that's going to be okay. Obviously, this is not glued on yet, but that's where I've got to with the interior. That's just sat on there, but that's all dried up nicely, and everything is all done in there.
Jolly good.
So yeah, I really like how that's come out, and obviously I put some details on here last week. So that's all done. I need to touch this up with some more paint around this area. So electronics beacon. Ta-da! This is what we did last week.
Yeah.
I've actually wired it up to an Arduino now, which will be its permanent one.
Yeah.
I've soldered wires on because yeah, it was a bit hit and miss, wasn't it? Trying to hold wires on.
Yeah.
So the question is, we set this up last week, and Todd was actually, Todd messaged me and says, why don't you do it as a fade? And I did think about it, but I wasn't sure it would go. But I'm going to leave that up to you to decide for me.
Mm.
So this is what we did last week, and I painted this, by the way. So I've put the clear yellow around the beacon, and I've also dunked this in clear gloss, so it's nice and shiny. The base is still loose because that needs to be painted, which I'll do tonight. So the plan tonight is maybe get this done, or at least this light fitted onto the boom.
Yeah.
So this is it with it flashing. So if I load up this code, bear with. I was playing with the pulse. And I'm not really sure on the speed, but I'm sure you'll help me with that. So this is what it looks like with a pulse if it uploads. Okay.
Oh.
So it doesn't really, that's a bit slow. I was having a play with this, and I think personally this looks pretty cool. But obviously, I want your opinions, so it's just going to upload now. I think this.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Because it almost, and I haven't told it to go all the way off.
Yeah.
Because the real one, the light, as it works, there's a light in the middle and there's a reflector that spins around the outside.
Yeah.
So the light never goes off.
Yeah.
So
that is perfect. So are we calling that number 3 then? And then the second one number 2 and the first one number 1. So if you like this, then number 3.
Yeah.
Do you want to put number 3 in the comments, please? Or do you want
well,
to put
I would say actually, I would say 1 or 2 because I think that's the right speed. So would you prefer 1 just flashing on off, or 2 this pulse?
This one? Yeah, this one. Okay. Well, I'll put my vote in now, and I'll say 2.
So yeah, that was afterwards. Todd messaged me and said, "Oh, what?" And he spurred me on to have a go with it, and he helped me a bit with the code. But I think I do prefer that.
Yeah.
Now, I could do it faster, but I'm not sure if it would be much faster. Let me just try this and see what happens. No, that's too fast for it.
Yeah, too fast.
That's more like a modern.
It is more like a modern
emergency vehicle, isn't it? So yeah, I think 1's really going to be the fastest we can do it.
Yeah.
Which is which will be this.
I think that works absolutely fantastic. Yes, indeed.
So yeah, I'll let you ponder on that. I can upload the code anytime. It's fine.
Okay.
So I can still get on with tonight's project. So yeah, the plan is to try and glue some of the parts in here. First of all, I'm going to paint this. Now I've noticed on the box, the very tip is black.
Yeah.
And then, no, sorry. The round bit here is black, and the tip is actually red, the same as the crane.
Okay.
So I'm sort of going to go down that route.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, hopefully I'll be able to then get that glued into place. Then I need to run the wires down the channel, glue that into place.
Yeah.
Then when the glue's dried, or I can still start, but I can then go over the whole lot in the red paint, and it should hide all the wires as well.
That's a good idea.
That's
Yeah.
my plan.
That is a good idea.
So yeah.
Brilliant.
Okay, so let's come back to us, and we'll going, I guess. I just don't know where to start.
I'm just I'm trying to get this bumper painted. It's rather difficult because the paint's a bit thinner than what I thought it would be, and it's holding it. I'm holding it with a cocktail stick. Oh, I'm trying to. It didn't jump in all over the place. Get on there. I need a third hand, don't I? There we go.
Do you think the base of this beacon would be matte or gloss?
Probably matte. Probably. Come on. A little bit more. Just 2 more seconds. No, 1 more second. Oh no, I've already got one on there. Okay. I'll go back over it once it dries. I reckon with a couple of coats, we're about done it. Okay. So I'll leave that to dry. Do I need any more white? No, I don't think so. For now, let's clean that. Oh, where's my thing? Oh, it's there. That's what it is. Dee-dee. Oh. I'm sporting the same t-shirt as I had last night for the build. It's the Hello Dave, and Dave smiley face one. So that's just from me, Mr. Ian Campbell. Is that Partwork Upgrades? So, right, what am I going to do now then? So I'm going to put some of these bits away, so that I'm not working on them or near them. And I'm going to start getting a few bits out that I've missed on 1 or 2 bits. Let's put that over there. And then bits over there. Bonnet sides. Side lights to do, so they can stay out with the... that can stay there. Those and that can go in there. Front can go in there. Yeah, I've all I've done with the front here is I haven't put the lights on yet, but I've just silvered the strips, what's supposed to be silvered the radiator cap, because they did have a chrome radiator cap, and then silvered the insides of the lights, and as I said, the strips on the front there and the radiator cowl. So it's about ready to go on, apart from the glass lights. So I'll put these bits on there nice and safe. Them wings up there to remind me to do the side lights. Now then, while this is drying here, this rear bumper, it's obviously not finished yet. It needs another coat. Can you remember what paint I used last week? Was it the X7? the Route Master, right?
Oh.
I can't remember. It possibly was. Just have a look at my paint pot. Okay. It's not in there. So, I would have thought that it would be my X7, the red one. It should be in here. Yeah. Okay, it'll be the X7. So I'm soon going to get very organised with my paints, because at the moment my paints are all over the place. So I'm going to get very organised with my paints, and for each project I'll have something that I'll put the paints on that I need, and then yeah, all being well. Right, let's have a look inside the cab. Whoops a daisy. Inside the cab is stage 10, I believe. Yeah. So with these instructions, I'm going backwards and forwards. We've done some of these bits on the cab bits, but not all of them. So we've just done some of them, and if we went back to stage 9. That's more of the bodywork, but going back even further to stage 6, that's the cab, the windows and such like. Well, I'm doing them a little bit later on than stage 6. So, and as you can see, stage 7 was putting the front wings on, which I didn't do. I've left them off. Stage 8 is this rear bumper bar and the wooden box, which we've done. We've done the wooden box. I've got the lights to do yet. Plug them on, and this bumper bound to the body bank. But for now, I've actually got some bits. I think it's 4 bits that I've missed off. Let's have a pointer. So on this one, on stage 10, I've missed off. I haven't put the dashboard on yet, even though I've got it done, but I've not got the transfers on. I've missed off these 2 pieces of metal here, which are B33. They go under, just under the bulkhead here in the engine compartment. And then I've also missed off these 2 wires here, B7 and B8. They're the throttle linkage, and I do believe Horlixs was doing them last week. And then there's the control box here, B32 and B31. That I've also got to put on. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bits I've got to put on, because I've got to put on the bottom of the steering box as well. So 7 bits I've got to put on, and then I've got to put the dashboard on. So even though it looked complete, it isn't. So these will be tiny bits. So get my glue pot ready. Just man them wings out the way for now. So you've got a siren with that as well, then?
Yeah, sounds like it, doesn't it?
I was going to say we've even got siren sound effects with Horlicks's Mecha Wagon. Right, so I want the B sprue. The B sprue. Oh yes, I've got them to do as well. Yeah, okay. So where is the B sprue? That's the H sprue. I'll go back to the chat in a minute, guys, and I'll say hello to those that have joined in a couple of minutes. Just find me B sprue and then I can come back to the chat and talk to you a little bit. But there's that one. So we've got 7 and 8 on there. Just check. B7, B8. Yeah. So I'm clipping off there. I do actually want painting, but I'm going to paint them. Oh no! Where did it go? Oh, that's me not taking any notice of where it went. Oh dear. I'll have a look in a minute. Let's get this one off.
What's happened?
One's just flown off.
Oh no.
Yeah. The very smallest one as well. So I've got that one there. Just going to have a look for that other one. I think it went over here, this way somewhere. So you'll have to talk amongst yourselves a minute while I try and hunt on the floor. Oh, I've got it. Oh, look who was that. Hey? Oh, look who was that. You're not going to be able to probably see that, but it's on the palm of my hand. It's just there if I move it, look.
Wow.
Yeah, so the carpet monster didn't win this time, did it? So, right, so I've got them 2 bits there, and then I need the other 2 bits, which are B33. And they're metal bits, which are there, I think. Yeah, 33. Okay. So, whenever you're cutting something out of a sprue, make sure you cup holder it so that it doesn't spring off somewhere. I mean, difficult with these very small parts. But cup holder it and then cut it out. At least if you've got your fingers on it, it shouldn't go very far. All right, that's 2 of them. Okay, what else do we need then? We need them 2 bits there, which are 31 and 32. Just double check. 31, 32. They're like the control boxes. And a box for where the throttle rod goes in, I think. Okay, that's that one. Come on. It's not coming off. That's not good, is it? I can't get my fingers around to it. Spinning off somewhere. And then that one as well. Okay, so that's one. My fingers aren't big enough. There we are. Okay. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bits. We needed to trim off the sprue, and we need the steering box, which is B43. Okay. And of course, these are going to need painting as well, so I don't think it's going to go up to B43 on this sprue. No, it's the next one. Is it that one? It could be that one. Okay. Mm-hmm. 41, 42. That is 43. It's there. Aha! It's already painted black. So let's get this chopped out, and then we'll have a look at the chat. There we go. Right, let's have a look. Oh, goodness me. Okay, so lots of chat coming. So looking well, nice, Dave's there. Thank you. Very much appreciated, Peter. So Dath DMC says, got mine today, Peter. I've only done the headboard and the engine fuel line switch, and the pipework in 73 looks ultra fiddly. That's the Eddie Stobbard. Yes, it does look very fiddly indeed. So we've got Steve 131 in the building. It says, evening, everyone. Evening, Steve.
Hi, Steve.
Peter Webster says, I'm not looking forward to all those pipes in 73 Darth. Yeah, that's the Eddie Stobbard. Peter says hi to Steve. Steve says hi to Peter. Darth DMC says, same here, there's a tiny pin in there too that's fitted in 74. Goodness me. Dave Matt says hi to Steve. So Peter Webster says, I'll be casing lots then, Darth. Laughing out loud. Geordie Dave says, you usually gloss coat before decals. It helps them stick. Then put a gloss coat on top to protect the decals.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I've done the opposite. I've just put the decals straight on the paint because it is gloss paint. And yeah.
Okay. And then Geordie Dave says he's going off to work. He'll catch you later. So see you later, Geordie Dave. Have a good night at work. Don't work too hard. So Peter Webster says looks perfect, speed representing the spinner, and he's put number 3. And Peter Webster says, I hope your parcel is safe, Alex.
Oh, it should be. Yeah, it'll be delivered Monday. The postman knows.
Okay, and then Darth DMC says the next lot of Stobbards, 75 to 78, will be worth getting. 78 has the cab exterior. Oh, flipping Nora. About time, eh? Wow. Yes. Todd says, the pulse looks great. Would you like to try a 2-stage pulse? ?
Oh.
Okay, so...
No, well, in what respect?
Well, I'll read a little bit further. So Todd says a slow start, then a fast ramp up to full and simulate the actual reflector going by ? And that is what I use on the Enterprise torpedo launcher, a multi-stage pulse.
Oh, I see.
Okay.
The call of that sound, I don't think so, because once it's on, isn't it? It'll just be on the shelf, flashing like that. So I think, as cool as it sounds, I don't think it'll be necessary.
Okay. So we've got Boilermaker Rick saying hello all. So hello, Boilermaker Rick. And we've got Peter Webster says, I'm looking forward to that, Darth. Can't wait to get the wheels and the cab fitted. Yes, hooray. We are too, Peter. We are too. So, and yeah, I was reading earlier that Darth was saying that Chris would have problems with some bits in these next few stages. So, yeah, don't worry. We'll be there to help her. And I think if you can remember, I know it's not a Stobbard stream, but if you can remember back to Christine's stream on Tuesday, I actually rang Hachette, and they are replacing that one that's got 2 left pieces in instead of a left and a right piece. Okay. Okay. All right. Let's dry in. So still can't do anything with that in the minute. Okay, so I'm going to need my little sanding stick, aren't I, to sand these devils down.
It's actually taken quite a lot of heavy modification, because where that fits in, it blocks my channel.
So
So I'm going to cut bits out.
Yeah. Right, where's my sanding stick gone? That was everything. I know I'm off camera a bit, guys. I'm sorry about that. Not actually sure how much I need to sand down on there. Smaller sanding stick. Can't find half my bits tonight, can I? It's no good losing half your bits, is it? Haha, smaller sanding stick. Right, that to be about somewhere. Right.
Okay, so that's done.
So
I've cut another little channel out of that bit.
Right.
So that I can still now get my wire down that little hole.
Yeah. Brilliant.
But I can't glue these supports in until I've got the beacon on.
Right.
So I better get on and paint this.
Are you feeling nervous painting that?
No, not too bad. Just the beacon. Yeah, I'm just. Luckily, this paint dries quite quick.
Yeah.
But oh, I've had something come through.
Yeah. Yeah, Todd said he sent you some 2-stage pulse code, Alex. It's just 2 more for statements to make the ramp up, down to full faster. Righty ho, how does that go then? I know one of them goes in there somewhere. It goes at the top. Is there supposed to be a hole on this bulkhead top? Or a slot? It's supposed to be a slot. But it's not a slot. It's a ridge. There's a slot there. No. No. From them 3. This anything like this now is where I'm struggling, because getting my hands and everything to work and what have you with the small scale bits and bobs. It's good, like, because it's good practice, but for how long I can keep it up, I don't know. Let's blame my age, shall we? My age and senility, something like that. Let's have a look at that one. Right. I suppose once they're painted, you won't see them. 1, 2, 3, 4. So then next. Oh, I'm not going to pick them up.
Right, well, that's that. It's very slow. I need to change these delays, but I don't actually know what's going on here.
You actually know, or you don't actually know?
No. So it goes. So we change zeros off.
Okay.
Let's see what happens.
Yeah, Todd says you can tweak the delay settings as needed, but the first and last should match. Oh, excuse me. And the 2 middle delays should match. Yeah, I put in too much delay, laughing out loud. Marvel says, can join the stream if you want, Alex, to help you tweak it.
No, I don't think. Hang on a minute. Okay, that seems a bit bad. Yeah, I will take you up on that, but not today. Just because the aim is really to paint and put it together. This we can do anytime. Once it's fitted onto the crane, we can then play with it. But I will be doing another stream at some point. So yeah, I'll hit you up and see if you're about. That would be great. Thank you. But yeah, no, not now, because it's more of a quick get stuff glued and painted. You know what it's like. I'll get carried away with the electronic side of it, and then before you know it, the stream's finished. And I've not done anything.
Goodness me.
But yeah, definitely be cool to play around with that.
So let's have a quick look and see where that goes. So that one goes on there. And we've got to chop that bit off, because that's a bit of sprue. Okay. Small bits. Right, so that bit's ready. Let's test fit that bit. Square bit goes down like that. Yeah, so that goes there. Okay. That bit goes there. So that wants sanding a little bit. Oh, goodness me. Small or what? Sanding my fingertips away. Okay. Dee. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's still them two to figure out where they're going. Sorry, guys, I'm yakking to myself. Sound going mad and all that. What are you on about? He went mad years ago.
I'm really struggling to see anything. I don't know what's going on. I might have to get my glasses out, you know.
Well, I'm practically the same. I think we've just come to the point where we've got loads of little bits to do. So does that? Oh, I see. Does that go on the end of there then? Oh yes, I see. But which way does it go? Does it go that way or that way? It has actually got a little hole in it, hasn't it?
Cool. That's that bit painted. So once that's dry, I can glue them together and then fit that to the crane.
Mm-hmm.
Then I can put the supports in afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so I was going to ask you a question, read a step in this pamphlet. In the
Oh no, I'm dreading this. Go
on. Step 15.
15?
Back page, really confused.
Step 15, back page, really confused.
Especially on the middle step where it says rope 1.5. Because
1.5.
a picture of you building it all, then all of a sudden the rope is magically wound around those spindles.
Yeah.
So how are you supposed to do that? I guess you wind them before you put it on, but then you need to get the right length.
Yep.
For the hook.
Yep.
Or are the spindles going to be able to spin so we can spin the wire around?
Yeah, I'm just looking back at the spindles, and it's you've got to make 2 of them. And I reckon you could probably turn them, yes. But if not, you're going to have to wind your cable round in step 13. And then glue the cable somewhere where it'll hold tight somewhere while you put it all together. Because as you say, it doesn't show you how, just magically appears.
Yeah, I was getting a bit nervous about that bit. I mean, I'm sure it'll all come clear when we come to do it, maybe, but...
I mean, they're giving you a rope size there of 1.5 meters. It's not... It'd be 1.5 millimeters with the rope thickness, I think.
Well, I'm guessing that's including it wrapped around the spindle, but I don't know.
I don't think you're going to get 1.5 meters wrapped around them both spindles. I don't know. What have they given us? Actually, it looks like they're giving us 1.5 meters.
That's what I mean.
When you look at it, yeah.
Try and, or is it going to be a case of getting a needle and literally threading the cable around those spindles in situ? Then it's going to be a case of dry fitting on the back to see where the hooks line up.
Yeah. So I reckon there is 1.5 meters in length.
Yeah, because there's 2 lots as well, isn't there?
Yeah.
Okay, well, anyway, food for thought.
Yeah, goodness me. Yeah, we'll have to watch out for that in them later steps. And see where we go from there, won't we?
Mind you, Lindsay, you've built this one, haven't you, or not? Have you built this particular wrecker? And if so, how did you get around these spindles? Because as I say, it shows you building it here. Next minute, you've got it all wrapped around there. How on earth are you supposed to get all that around there when it's already fitted? Unless this handle works and you can wind. Ideally, you can wind it up, but I don't think that's going to happen.
No,
because that'll be glued on.
Yeah. It looks like the barrel's glued on as well. Interesting. Right. Need that down now. Get these bits glued on and then I can get them painted. So, I'm just going to do an experiment. I'll sit in there. Let's do a little experiment. Oh, what's that? I don't know what that is. It's okay. Just got a notification.
Right, well, that's the beacon glued together and painted.
Oh, jolly good. Right.
So we've got a few more people in. So we've got Bored Old Fart saying, hey, good day all, hiya.
Hello.
How are you? Boilermaker, yeah. Good evening. Bored Old Fart says, I'm told this is where the old farts hang out.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah,
I guess so. I mean, I'm not old. Dave's not old. We're not old yet.
Don't know. I'm a lot older than
you. Lindsay Spell says hello. Hi, Lindsay. Hi, Peter.
Hi, Lindsay.
So yeah, that's cool. That's looking amazing, actually. I'm really happy with how that's come out.
Yeah, good. Good, because that's half the battle, isn't it? If you're happy with it.
So I now need to glue all this to here. No, it doesn't actually really make it clear how that gets glued on. It's just sort of shown.
Okay.
Yes, it does. Just in the side there.
Oh, trying to get my neck to wear it properly. Come on. Get down here. Oh, that's near enough, is that? Yeah, okay. That's near enough for me. Okay. So let's go. See if we can just let's make sure that's nice and glued. Yeah. There's somebody else in there we've not heard of as well. Not Lad YT. Hello. Hello, Not Lad.
Oh, hello, Not Lad. YouTube. Not allowed YouTube, is that? How are you?
Right, okay. So not allowed YouTube has subbed recently, and see you have quite a few petters. I have a 1951 model A1 750 RPM. It ran last year and went to a few rallies, but can't get it running since. And good, thanks. How about you? Okay, right. So I only have 2 petter engines left out of my whole collection of 25 petters. I had 25 petter engines at one time, and I sold them all, and all but 2. And the 2 that I'm keeping are very special to me. So what I can say is, if you're involved in Facebook groups, pop along to our Facebook group, which is Petter A-type, A1, A2, A3, etc., and W1, W2, W3. So it's got a lot of letters after the name of Petters. So yeah, pop along to that Facebook group and pop some questions in there, because there's 1.2, 1.3 thousand members, I think, in there. So yeah, I am still a moderator, if you like. I'm still a moderator of the group. In fact, I actually own the group, but yeah, I'm thinking of giving the group up, but not just yet. But yeah, pop along to that Facebook group and pop some questions in there about your petter engines, and hopefully you'll get some good answers. Okay, RAF Scout Lockheed, or RAF_Scout Lockheed, has said, "Hey Lee," said, "Hiya, hello." Boring old fat says, "I'm in my 60s, but I'm not actually old, just extremely experienced and fixing mistakes." Yeah, we often have mistakes that we have to fix, don't we? So yeah, I think it's once you get past a certain age, you get classed as a boring old fat or whatever. Even though you might have oodles of experience in your garage or whatever's. But yeah, if it weren't for us boring old fats, I think the world would fall apart. I'm not sure about what you take on that, but yeah. So Not Lad said, YouTube said, okay, thanks very much. I have 26 engines in total. Jolly good. My son has a very large collection of listers. So he has the whole collection from H2R range of listers. And I think his oldest one is about 1909, something like that, 1910. And so yeah, it's got some very, very big lister engines, all petrol or petrol paraffin. And yeah, if you're round and about if you want to put I've got my iPad at the side of me right now, so if you want to pop in a request for the petter group, you can do. I'm not sure I can share the group there. So yeah, if I see a request come up to the petter group, then I can always put you in. Peter Webster says, "I love old petter engines. The sound is great. Done a few restoration projects in the past. Have you now, Peter?" Yeah, as I say, I used to have 25, and I just can't manage them any longer. And so I have 2. So I might drag them out into the garden, for instance, or just take the odd one to the odd show. But that's all I'll be doing. Yeah. Our lad, as I say, has got a massive collection of listers, and he's got some very, very rare ones. In fact, he's got a couple of engines that are only one known of in this country. So yeah, he has a very nice collection, which he does take to shows as well. In fact, he's been to a show today, quite close to where he lives in North Yorkshire. He's actually been to a show today, a little show at the village church and what have you, so which is really good. And he's taken his Lister R today and a H type, I think it was. So yeah. So I will try and join, but we'll be under Dalton. Okay, that's fine. Yeah. You put a request in, and I'll join you. But as I said, my group has got. Can I show you what the group looks like? Maybe can. Let's have a look. So if you're watching on screen now, let's have a look. So bring my group up. I've got actually loads and loads of groups that I'm involved in. So if you look like for this group, move my camera across. So if you look for this group here, and it'll say Petter A, AS, A1, A2, W1, and 2 petrol engines group. So, and look for that logo, which is actually a Petter A type, 1930s. So look for that one, and hopefully you'll find the group there. I know it's not a petrol engine group stream, this one, but hopefully Horlixs won't mind. But yeah. So if you look for that group, you'll find there's 1.4 thousand members in there. So yeah, and it will be looking for another admin at some point as well, shortly, that group, because I've got other groups I need to look after. So I've had Petter engines since 1976, late 76. I had, in fact, that was my first stationary engine, was a Petter A type, and then an A1. Not lad says I think this is in it. Okay, that's okay. Yeah, it's got a Wolseley WD8 and a D. Okay, I'm going to a rally tomorrow. Okay, where's your rally? Tomorrow. Where's that one? Okay, yeah, I've got Engine Lover in there as well. Hi, Engine Lover. So all the way from, yeah, goodness me, where's he from? He's from back or beyond. Yeah, another country. Goodness me, Engine Lover, just remind me where you're from. Goodness me. Malta, that's the one. Yeah, Malta. So all the way from Malta. So yeah, Engine Lover's a really good guy to be on with engines. So yeah. So as you can tell, Engine Lover, I had 25 engines, and I cut them down to 2, and I kept the 1938 Petter APS, which is the oldest APS in existence, and then I kept my W1 VO, and Lee bought it for me for my 50th birthday, so I've kept that one as well. So, and just to give you a bit of news, Engine Lover, Lee's actually got a Lister X type. So yeah, I don't know whether you've seen pictures of it yet, or I think there's a little video on my YouTube of that one. So goodness me, Engine Lover, you kept adding, and now we've got 90 engines. Wow, fantastic. And you do such a marvelous job in getting them running as well, because they run really sweetly. So if you're into engines and everything, pop over to Engine Lover One's YouTube channel and have a look at his engine collection. Absolutely fantastic. So yeah, they really are. And as you can tell now, well, I'm into modelling, and my friend here, Horlixs, I'm into modelling, and this is like a Bedford wagon, as you can tell. So good old 28 horsepower Bedford airtight wagon, and this is 1/24th scale. So, and I'm doing 132, 135 scale military models, and then I'm doing 112 scale as well. So that's the absolutely massive scale. So of 112. And you've probably seen on my YouTube that we've actually got a 70-year-old Morris Manor now as well. So we'll be taking that to a few shows, hopefully. Especially when we're not poorly and what have you. So yes, in Malta they still have lots of restored air types. Yes, in Malta, of course, what they used to do was try to keep an old bus or an old truck going with other components, and quite marvelously, the weather's so nice out there that it's preserved a lot of the Bedfords, especially. It's preserved a lot of them with the weather being as it is out there, isn't it? So some were converted to the Maltese traditional buses. Yes, the Maltese traditional buses with all their fancy paintwork and fancy chrome stripes and all that. Yeah, absolutely brilliant. So my mate has over 125 engines, and one of the only ones in Europe. Okay, sorry, the only one. Okay. Can you put engine lovers yet link in chat, Dave? YouTube in chat. I don't know if I can. Let me see if I can have a go. Okay, let's go through here. Go through me. I have to find him first because I've got hundreds and hundreds of people that I don't belong to. So if I put the search in. Engine lover 1. Okay. So there we are. Yeah, I'm subscribed. So let's go to the site, and I can probably copy it then. Okay, let's go to there. I think I share it, don't I? Yeah. Do copy link. So copy the link. Come on now, guys, you're testing me with all this technology. Isn't that right, Horlixs?
Yeah.
Testing me with all this technology. Too far advanced for me. Come on. Okay, let's try and put this in the chat then. Paste. So hopefully that'll be in the chat, and that'll be Engine Lovers channel. And yeah, so there we go. Yeah, I was going to say your Engine Lover 1 would be the one to go to anyway. So yeah, but yeah, that should be in the chat now. Okay. So sorry, the chat's gone on to engines, what have you, but yeah, I have a lot of people that's involved in engines as well as models and everything, and obviously vintage things that are obviously like this on the channel. So we do get quite a few people in now and again that are obviously involved and interested in all sorts of things that we that we're interested in. I'm just going back to Boring Old Farts comment there, saying if we didn't have Boring Old Farts, what would the young folks blame and complain about? Yes. Yeah, absolutely. So, and Peter says that him and a friend restored a narrowboat with a petter and had a majority of copper plated. Turned out well. Yeah. Sounds brilliant. 90 engines, goodness me. So did you say you was going to Norfolk tomorrow night, lad? Not lad. To a rally? Yeah, he did. Yeah, okay. Yeah, good old Norfolk Broads, etc. And they have a lot of nice windmills out in Norfolk way, don't they? So that's another thing I'm quite enthusiastic about is windmills and water mills. And that's because my family were millers many years ago. And there is not really one that stands at the moment. Well, I tell a lie, there is buildings of one that stands, but many of them have, gone by the wayside many years ago, so which is a shame. Yeah, family history is another thing that we like to do, really, me and Christine. I can hear a lot of sirens. I'm wondering if it's something that Chris is watching on the telly. Just hoping they're not coming down the road here. You haven't got any sirens coming out your way, have you, Alex?
No.
Oh, come on. Get on there. Sit on. That's it. Is it not going to sit on there? Try and spin it round then. There we go. Oops. Okay. Yeah. Let's got them two on. Okay, so four more bits to pop on there. So yeah, that's great. Share the love, everybody, and subscribe to each and everybody's channel, which is brilliant. So Borinell Fat says, I'm into modelling, specifically scratch building, and I'm working on an N-scale railroad. Wow. But I'm currently building a wooden model of HMS Victory. Wow. Brilliant. Not that said, I've got a new list D died up the other day, 1937, first start in about 15 years. Wow. Yeah, my son, it's quite possible you might know my son, actually. My son Lee has got as I said, a vast collection of listers, and he's got the whole H2R range, but he started off with a Lister D, along with a lot of other people started off with a Lister D. I've actually got a model about 3 inches high, I think it is, of a Lister D that's been printed off by somebody on a printer. So it's one engine that I want to try and keep, and because obviously it's only small, you can put it in your pocket. It's not, it doesn't take a lot of carrying around. So I've got that, and I need them 2 brackets putting on. That one goes across. Okay, yeah. I'm going to have to try and work out which way this throttle rod goes. I've actually got a bit of sprue on there, I think. Let me get me tweezers. Yeah, so you know, people in the engine community, you know, we grieved a sad loss to David Edgington when he sadly passed away. The knowledge and everything he had about stationary engines was immense. It was just a font of knowledge, and to me, the rally scene hasn't been the same since David's not been around. And we was good friends with his friend as well, so Charlie Carewood, and they're quite famous names around. Charlie Carewood and David Edgington. So I first started getting the stationary engine magazine in 1976 or thereabouts, and then I had my first petrol engine in 1976. So obviously that was a lifetime ago, I suppose, wasn't it? Was that before you were born, Horlixs?
When was that?
1976.
Yeah, 86. I was born.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was...
So yeah, I got my first stationary engine in 1976. And from there, I mean, I've always been interested in vintage things, and we've had vintage vehicles, and it wasn't until the late 1990s that I had to give up, really, because I couldn't drive any big vehicles. It wasn't that I was banned or anything. It was just that I've got medical problems that I can't. Oh God, I can't physically do it. So come on, twizzle round. This is a bit fiddly, isn't it, Alex?
Yeah, I've been bumbling around with this for a long time as well. Yeah, that is that you're doing. Yeah, mine snapped, but before it even got off the sprue. But I managed to save it.
I'm not even sure if I got it the right way, but I can't remember. Yeah, it's actually the throttle rod for the throttle. I don't even know if it's pointing inwards. Yeah, 'cause it might get in the way of the engine. Mm. Okay. Yeah, I think that'll do that.
Fiddly work, this, isn't it?
Mm. So I'm just reading the chat. I enjoy talking about anything with a soul and sounds so good. Yes, absolutely. Every time I've put something on YouTube about an engine, you know, popping away, ticking over or whatever, I always get one or two comments that just sends me so back to many years, you know, and all that malarkey, which is really good. And I think that's what it's all about more than anything else. Is just you know, you're reviving times past that's well gone, but they were, in effect, they were the good old days. They weren't really the bad old days. Definitely more the good old days. Especially when you was looking at you know, the things that we've got now. You can't really fix anything now. It's a throwaway world, and you know.
I'm right.
Well, yeah.
There is exceptions.
There is exceptions. Yeah, there is. Yeah, I will give you that. Horlicks. Yeah, there is exceptions, definitely.
It's like you know, I used to get like Tandy and places like that, like hi-fi repairs, and used to queue up and take your telly down, and they used to adjust things, and none of that now, is there? I know what you mean. You just stick it in the bin and buy a new one.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. So, and I don't, in a way, I don't like that kind of a well, because it's made a generation or generations think that, oh, it doesn't matter, just chuck it away and buy a new one. And we wasn't like that, was we? Oopsie daisy.
This is really difficult, but I'm getting there.
Yes, I'm looking for a new admin for the Peta group at some point. Had an admin who was a really good lad, and he sadly passed away. And he was really good at restoring engines as well. Bless him, as a family man, and he was really good, really pleasant and everything. And suddenly he passed away. And we're all the poorer for his passing, really, because obviously he was a good lad. And we felt very, very sorry for his family and everything. So, but it happens. It's life, and Yeah, as I say, we are more sadder for his passing, but I think he'd want the group to carry on as much as possible. So we will be looking for another admin to take over that group at some point. And yeah, unfortunately, we do get one or two people that think they can run the joint and what have you. But that happens on every Facebook group. Did you work out what these two metal bits were for, Horlixs?
No, just detail, I think. They don't actually do anything that I can see.
Yeah. So they just want to go on the inside there, don't they? Yeah. Can't remember on the real thing, so. Regrets, we have a few. Yeah, I have quite a few. Used to have a Bedford OB and an OWB. So I regretted getting rid of them. But that's life. You can't have everything, can you? Okay. Do. Come on. Can't get it in my fingers properly. Okay. These old fingers aren't working right. Yeah, a few people from my engine past have wondered what I've gone on to and why I haven't been around and everything else. So, well, there's several reasons for that. One is I have a medical condition that doesn't allow me to rave about with engines anymore. And two, I'm looking after my wife, which she's been pretty poorly over the last year or so. And three, I've been to all the rallies. I've been to rallies all my life. You know, I've been to rallies long before a lot of people have been going to rallies. And there's only one or two I want to go to now. So, and you know, I'm well past the age of consent, if you know what I mean. So, not getting any younger, and I don't want to be just known for chugging engines about for many years. I have had double-decker buses, and I had a Green Goddess fire engine, and I had a wrecker truck, and all sorts of other things over the years, and been involved in restorations of loads of vintage stuff. We've got David Bassett joining the chat. Hello, David Bassett. Are you all right?
Hi, David.
Later Ravelly says ding ding. There you go. Not lad. I think he's talking to Engine Lover, isn't he, in the chat? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, David Bassett, we're on about stationary engines and everything and what have you, so. Right, if they're going to dry, I'm going to paint them bits because that'll be the last bits I have to put on there, so and I can paint them black. Shiny black, shall we go? We'll go shiny black. And that'll be good to finish off step 10, won't it? Okay, so shiny black. So I'm using Tamiya paints, Tamiya glass jar paints. This is the X1 for the gloss. So I'm using a mixture of gloss and matte blacks for this build. And so just to give it a bit of variation. So some gloss paints and some matte paints. Where's it gone? There we are. Trouble is, we're not going to see half of this detail once the bonnet's down, are we?
No, have you decided what you're doing about that? Are you going to have a removable bonnet, or?
Yeah, I think I'm going to have a removable bonnet if I can.
Because I think,
yeah,
we should just be able to glue the panels on the bonnet square, and then it would.
Yeah, I think so as well. I think it'll work that way. Yeah, sure it will. These details aren't accurate, of course, but it doesn't matter. I don't think anybody's going to be looking under the bonnet of these and saying, "No, you've got that wrong."
It's got to be one of the hardest things I've done. This, you would have thought the wiring would have stuck really well, but it's just not.
Yeah, I'm wondering if that's down to the type of plastic it is. You know, we were saying before about the painting issue that we had and everything, and I'm wondering if it's down to the plastic.
Well, I'm going to go and get Wendy on while that dries.
Okay.
But I've got the wiring glued, I think. I'm just going to it's sort of where I want it to be, so I'm just going to have to leave it to set.
Okay.
For a sec.
Well, you turn Wendy on then. If those of you who don't know what we're on about, Wendy's is actual coffee maker. So, Not Lad, where are you from then? Not Lad, are you from, I'm guessing Nottingham, with a name like Not Lad, but, or Norfolk. Norfolk Broads. Come on, get in there. Sorry, I'm off the camera. Just physically touching up these black bits. Just get them something like. I've noticed I've found some red on the down steering wheel. as well. Well, at least I've noticed it now. Before I get the cab together. Okay. I think that'll do. Don't need to go mad with that. Just need to see if anything wants touching up on here. Oh, Norwich. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's fair enough. Obviously, we don't give our places of residence out if we can help. So, but yeah, near enough. Near enough. Enough said. Okay. All right there. Yeah, I think so. Do a little bit of that. Just get these bits while I see them. Not touching up. The chassis will soon be covered up with the body, you see, so the eventual, we've got all 4 of these. Well, I've got all 4 of these Bedfords. There's 4 in the set. There's this one which is the wrecker wagon. Then we've got the tanker. We've got the flatbed with sides on, a long wheelbase one, and then we've got the tipper. So I've got all 4 of these, and I'm going to be doing them pretty much as the packet. And the idea is to make like a little diorama, you know, of like a Vauxhall Bedford garage, put them all in, and then use a few of the 1/24 scale Bedford OB coaches that I have from Sunstar as well to make up the diorama. Make it up like a little Bedford Vauxhall dealership, and hopefully they'll look all right. So a bit of something different to look at diorama wise. Okay, that'll do for that. Right, I think.
Right. Yeah, I've got 3 of them.
Yeah, you've got 3, haven't you now? So
yeah, I've got the fuel tanker, and I won the other one, the
flatbed.
Yeah, that's the one. The long wheelbase one.
Yeah, you did. Excellent. So you might as well go the whole log now and buy all 4, but you know, you've got no rush, like, have you really?
Well, no, I've got plenty to get on with.
Yeah. What's the daisy? Come on. Oh, that go on there then. Come on, cross-threaded it. So evening, I've just driven back to Aylesbury from Rushendon in Northamptonshire. An hour and a half's drive. I've been at my daughter's house, doggy sitting for her. Right, okay. So not so much land. Peter Webster says, have you tried the accelerator yet, Alex?
The accelerator.
Accelerator? We tried accelerator yet? Accelerator, Alex. Accelerator. I think he'll mean glue accelerator. Yeah, the glue accelerator. Just clean my brush.
No, I haven't yet.
Right. what else did I say I was going to do, guys? I was going to carry on with this bit. I've got the side lights to go on the wings, which are there. I've got this bumper to finish off. It's dried now, so let's put another coat of white on that. Might need another brush, actually. Yeah, we've met a lot of lovely people with engines through all sorts of walks of life. You know, people in suits, take the suits off on a weekend and get their overalls on and their jeans and what have you, and get their hands mucky and get into some engines. And we just used to sit behind our engines, and people used to call us boring and what have you, but goodness me, no, it goes a lot deeper than that. It goes a lot deeper than just listening to an engine, you know, because you've got conversation, you've got a lot of deals that go ahead on the rally field, and you know, a lot of people just want to know what these engines are and what have you, and what they used to do. Well, of course, before electric came along, you know, you had an engine to drive something on a farm or whatever, and of course, once you explain that to somebody who doesn't know, then they go, "Oh, I see, yeah, of course." So you needed something to cut the chaff up for the cows and whatever. So yeah. So then they start understanding why, you know, it's our heritage, really. It needs saving, and you know, that's all we're doing really, is just saving heritage. So, and then, you know, people start to get what you're about, you see. And then if it's like a weekend show, a weekend rally, you know, you'll get people coming in their caravans, and you stop the weekend and maybe have a couple of beers and a talk over something or whatever. And it used to be really friendly and really nice to do as a hobby. And that's obviously dependent on whether you're capable of moving a couple of engines around or whatever. So if you're not capable, then it's, you know, obviously it's a bit more difficult for you, and a bit more difficult to get involved with. And then of course we've got to think about our good lady wives, etc. And if they're, you know, if they're not happy, then, you know, wives and partners and what have you. What's the saying? Happy wife, happy life. You know, it's no good being in the middle of a ploughed field, you know, just listening to an engine running when it's chucking it down with rain, and the caravan's got a leak or something, and yeah, it's not good. So it's not everybody's cup of tea, and obviously, you know, if you've got some sort of disability and that, it's very difficult to do. You know, especially if you've got, you know, arthritis or anything like that, and it's chucking it down with rain all day. I can't think of anything more miserable. But you know, people have done it for years and years and years. Just the same thing, and got a lot of enjoyment out of it. It's like part of the bigger story as well, because obviously you get the steamers going and the tractors and the old trucks and the old buses and the old cars. You know, it's when you go to one of these vintage rallies, you're just part of the whole story. And they used to be very, very, very popular in the 70s and the 80s and even the 90s. It was very popular, was rallies. And then all of a sudden it died off. And it just used to be known as an old fella's hobby. and there was no youngsters coming into the hobby whatsoever. And when you think about it, it's mostly down to technology. You know, your average teenager don't want to be stuck in the middle of a field with no internet in this day and age. They want to be on their PlayStation and, you know, their Xbox or whatever. And you know, trying to kill all the zombies. So unfortunately, I think it's died off quite an awful lot because of technology. And a lot of the skills that we see now of the people that's restored these engines and old tractors and old cars and what have you, they you know, we're losing the skills. And we're losing the skills because the youngsters aren't coming into the hobby. And it's such a shame. Such a shame. So I was encouraged as a lad to get involved in something mechanical, and so I've been going to rallies since I was 4 years old, 1968. So it's just giving me age away. So you know, it was a lot different then. Yeah, it was really, really good. Something new everywhere you went, and you know, we used to go to the first rally of this and the first rally of that, you know, because it was the first of its kind. And so, like, you know, the first Trans-Pennine Run, the first London to Brighton, you know, all that. So, and it was brilliant. And then sort of the 70s, I don't know, it changed a bit in the 70s. I think it was the fact that, you know, the 70s was difficult for everybody. You know, it was a difficult time for a lot of people, was the 70s. And I won't go there with the politics, but you've probably got an idea. The 1970s was not good. It was not good. It was all right if you was a yuppie, but it wasn't good if you was just a normal wage earner, if you like. A lot of things happened that was not very good. And then, of course, we got threatened with the Cold War and all that malarkey. So, but thankfully it picked up again in the 80s, 1980s, with the New Age. God, yeah, New Age Travellers. Remember that, guys? Well, we've been on to some subjects tonight, haven't we?
Yeah, I was just looking at the time. You know, it's like nearly 9 o'clock, and I don't feel I've achieved anything apart from 2 hours of trying to glue wires in.
Well, I suppose I'm a little bit the same, but you know, I'm quite happy to just carry on a bit.
As soon as this glue dries,
if the world out there is happy to listen to us carry on yakking, then yeah, I can't do that with that until it dries again and I can get another coat on. So do I need any more red touching up when I've got the red out? I don't think so, but let's have a look. Oh, just broken something. God.
No.
Yeah, that's just come undone. Yeah, not broken it, thank God. Just
no, because you glue something and if you want to take it off later on, or you glue something in error, there's no getting it off.
Yeah, that's true.
When you want something to stick, everything just pings off.
Yeah. No, it was my fault. I gripped it too hard. I can't feel how hard I'm gripping it, so. And it is a very delicate part, isn't it? So, yeah. So we'll leave that to dry. Yeah, plastic models. Yeah, got to be careful. It's not like our 112 scale models, is it? Our Root Masters. They're not as hardy as that, are they?
No.
I think that's the skill, though, isn't it? I mean, that's the skill I want to learn is weathering. Not particularly this model, but like I want to learn the skill of weathering so that it looks as though it's real and looks as though it's worn. And if I could get into that, God blimey, I'd absolutely love that. So it's just an art form, isn't it? I mean, I actually meant to take a picture of one that I found the other day, and I didn't. I found a Bedford the other day that I was going to take a picture of, and God, it was absolutely fantastic. So weathered it. It was one of these models. Weathered it down to the T, and it was superb. Just looks so real. So, and that's fantastic skill. I'd love to be able to do that. I suppose we're going to say one day you will. Oh, well, hopefully. I can't do that with that at the minute. Yeah, one day I will. Right.
So this is some surgery.
You're doing some surgery?
Yeah, this is some surgery.
Sorry for not looking at the chat. I'm just trucks, engineers, lorries, cars, buses. Met Fred Dibner there. Yeah, I've met Fred Dibner as well, David. Yeah, I met him in the late 70s, sorry, early 80s at Driffield. One of the best rallies went to back in 1993, Isle of Man. During the railway celebration of centenary of Manx Rally. Yeah, absolutely fantastic there. I like to watch Shed and Buried, said Peter. Yeah, Henry Curl. Yeah, Henry Curl and the other guys that's doing that. I think there was going to be Henry Curl and Fuzz Townsend, something like that. They're going to do a series, I think. And yeah, they're going to do a series on Shed and Buried. In fact, I'm not sure whether they're going to call it Shed and Buried there. Probably calling it something else. Yeah, that's good. There's been a list of D on there before today, and several other stationary engines, aren't there? Shed and Buried. Yeah, I love programs like that. So Peter says he enjoys building scale working engines now and putting them in RC vehicles. Wow. So that would be yeah, what do you call them? Goodness me. RC cars and lorries and what have you. Oh, goodness me, what did they used to call them? The fuel.
Nitro.
Nitro, that's it, yeah. That's another problem.
God, yeah, I had a couple of them.
My brain, it's not good.
I had 2, 3 Nitro.
Did you?
Oh, yeah. Right. Horrendous.
Horrendous? Yeah. I thought they'd been good.
They're great when they run.
Ah, yeah, are they?
But they don't run properly. Like I used to go, I got mine and I was actually found a group of people doing it in a car park on a Sunday, and I was on my way back from somewhere and I actually swung over in the car and I stopped.
Yeah.
I got chatting to them and said, I've got one, and they helped me a lot with different things, and I ended up going to do a few races with them.
Yeah.
But you spend more time on the side trying to get the thing to run than you are actually racing, and then they don't like being too warm. So once you've done a race, you've got to let them cool down, otherwise they just don't start again. Or you get it started, and then by the time you've put the shell on and all the pins, it stalls.
Oh,
so I really got frustrated with it, to be fair.
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to do RC aeroplanes and such like, and I've actually got a couple of RC aeroplanes. In fact, I've got 3. Oops. But none of them are running. I've got the engine for one of them, and I've got the 4 engines for the other one, which is a Lancaster, and I need 2 engines for the other one. So I've actually got 3 RC, but they're like in the loft and what have you. The trouble is, I'm really ambitious about trying to build them, and I bought a kit, a boxed kit of a DC3. I think it's 1/14 scale. It's absolutely massive. 88-inch wingspan. It's a DC3 or a C47. So yeah, the good old duck. So Dakota. I would have loved to have got that going, and I'd love to have got it finished. But it's just still in the box and everything, and as a kit, but it's been partly started. So then before that, what started it off was I wanted to build a Lancaster as big as possible. Well, not as big as possible, but following the plans of a guy called Chris Goulds. And Chris Goulds in the 80s, 1984 especially, he built this Lancaster. It was a 90-inch wingspan Lancaster with 4 working engines. He built it out of plywood and balsa and blue styrofoam, and laminated it with brown paper with PVA and what have you. So it made it really strong, and put 4 25 engines in it, I think it was. 4 25 engines in, and he flew it, and he put a build diary together of how we built it. It was absolutely fantastic. I read all about it in 1984, and at that particular time I was friends with a flight engineer off a Lancaster who'd done Dresden and what have you, and he'd done lots of other ops, 46 ops he'd done. So I had a lot of patience for him and everything, and he used to tell me a lot of stories, but didn't go into detail of his mates being blown up or out like that. It was stories more of fixing the engines and getting it back in the air and what have you, and keeping it in the air. And so I was like fixated with these stories that he used to tell me about this the Lancasters. He used to fly from Binbrook in Lincolnshire, and he used to fly with the Australian crew that were there. It was made up from mostly Australians and Canadians and what have you, but Australians and a few English lads as well. So he was there at Binbrook. And so in 1984 there was a book come out, RCMNE, I think they called it, Radio Controlled Model Aircraft and Engineering, or whatever they called it then. RCMNE, I think they called it. It was the early version. I think it's the May 1984, and I saw it on the bookshelf of the newsagents. And that particular time, I was buying a magazine called Practical Classics off the countertop there, and I was buying The Automobile and several other car-related magazines, Street Machine and what have you. So, and I saw this magazine and I thought, and this Lancaster was on the front cover with this guy holding it. And I thought, oh, I'd love to build one of them, and it said build diary included. So, and I didn't buy it. Like a fool, I didn't buy it in 1984. I was like there in the newsagents as you are, thumbing through it and thinking, oh yeah, that's great. I want to build that. Well, that's fantastic. I didn't have enough money on me at the time to buy the magazine because I had other magazines I had to pay for. So I didn't buy it. Anyway, many years later, maybe even 10 years ago or more, I decided to look on the internet for this magazine to see if I could find it. Probably about 18 years back now. And I found this magazine. It was the RCMNE May 1984 or whatever it was, blue cover, and it had Chris Gold's on the cover, holding this Lancaster model that he'd built, and the build plans were all inside and everything, and all he needed was the plans. So I sent away to this magazine company and I bought this magazine, and it was something like, I don't know, £1.50 and £3 postage or something like that. It was nothing. And I thought, at the time I couldn't afford it, I couldn't, as you do. And anyway, I got it and I thought, right, okay, this is brilliant. This is what I want to do. So I bought the plans. I bought the plans from Australia, and I started building the fuselage. Got all the bits together, and I've got the 4 engines together. I've got the wheels. I've got I've got the fuel tanks, and I've got all sorts of bits and pieces. Anyway, I started building the fuselage. So I built the fuselage. The fuselage took me a long time to build via Chris Gold's instructions that he put in this magazine, and the build instructions and the plans. So I've got the fuselage built. The fuselage is 5 foot something in length, is the fuselage. And I then started on the wings, and I thought, and for some reason I had to give it up. I think it was the fact that our daughter was poorly or something, and then we was looking after her at home, that sort of thing. Just, I couldn't find the time. She'd been involved in a serious accident with our daughter, so like we were looking after her at home and everything, and we've been through a lot of stresses and strains. So I just gave it up. And anyway, it's sitting in the loft now for the day that when I go back to it, and I want to do it. I don't want it to fly neither. I just want it to look good. I want the engines to start and run, but I don't want it to fly. Because obviously I think if it's going to fly, I'm going to break it, because there's no way I can fly it. So I want it to be able to fly. I want everything moving on it and working, but I don't want it to fly. And so that's one thing I want to do before I die. All being well. I know that's a silly subject to bring up, mate, but there you go. Everybody's got to have a bit of something to do before they peg it, haven't they? So, oh, thank you, Chris. Yeah, that's my lovely wife there. So, yeah, thank you. So, David Bassett. Let's go to Peter Webster first. I remember wearing flares in the 70s. Yeah, absolutely. blooming great big flares, and then when it was raining, they'd end up sogging and end up slapping against your leg. Yeah, terrible. David Bassett says it's a real art to know how much weathering looks right for the model you are making. Yes, absolutely it does. It's a real art form, it really is. So, just looking across at your flashing light, Horlixs.
Yeah, it's getting there.
I'm
just trying to glue in the wire down the channel there, and it won't look as bad as that because obviously I'll be painting it all red. So, but I've just had to undo a bit. So I glued that in and realised there's this bit here that had to go in. So I had to lift the wire up and get that in, and then put the wire over it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's getting there.
So, goodness me, yeah, we've got some things going off here. So, I prefer electric RC now.
Yeah, it's not easy, isn't it?
Yeah.
I've not got one. I did sell my nitro cars because they were non-runners in the end, and of course years went past, and then I tried to run them and I just couldn't. They just wouldn't go. I was like, oh, do you know what? So I ended up selling them. And a couple of young lads bought them, and they were going to try and do them up or whatever they were going to do with them. So I really hope they managed to sort them. You know, I didn't sell them that expensive. I think it must have been their pocket money. It was literally just to get rid.
Yeah.
But they did work before they went away.
I'm just skipping back on the chat to see if I've missed. So Lindsay's build says I'm building a 1/35th scale Magrius 5330 1949. Would that be a lorry? 1/35th scale Magrius. I'm going to have to excuse my ignorance there, Lindsay. So, yeah, Magrius Deutsch, is it? Pendant. Brill. So I think you've been letting not lad and you've gone anyway. So yeah, thank you. Thank you very much indeed. Okay. And if you know anybody who wants to be a suitable for a place in the admin world of that group, let me know. I've just got so many Facebook groups I'm going to have to cut down. There's no way I can get around them all, and it's like there's a lot of others that's been coming in recently and saying, you know, do you want to join this? Do you want to join that? And I just can't, because I can't give them the time. And you know, you've only got to have so many, haven't you? So David Bassett says he saw Fuzz Townsend and his 1970s West Midlands Daimler Fleet line at Gaydon last summer that was organised by the Withall Transports Museum. Yes. I didn't know that. Has he actually got that finished now, that Daimler Fleet line? I can't remember. It's a long time since I've seen it, but I last saw of it in a magazine somewhere about 8 years ago or something, and it wanted a lot of work. You've accepted on. Thank you, Chris. And large scale nitro RC planes getting very collectible and expensive now. Yes. There's There's so many rules and regulations to fly. Yes, absolutely. Which is why I don't want to fly. I want it to be able to fly. I want to start up the engines and what have you, but that's about it, you know. I'll have it anchored down. My mum says, great show, interesting to watch, but now I've got to go to bed. Thank you, ma'am. Good night. Good night to you. You should build it like Just Jane, Dave. You can do taxiing and engine starts without it taking to the skies. Yeah. So I think they called the scale was comic scale or something like that, which means it wasn't really to scale because it couldn't be to scale because of the wingspan, I think, something like that. But it was a 19-inch wingspan. Comedy scale? No, comic scale, something like that. So Lindsay's put, yes, Dave. Oh, thank you for that, Lindsay. Yeah, so it's a Magrius Deutsch wagon, 135 scale. Wow. Was saying earlier, Lindsay, on one of the other streams, that 135 really is difficult for me to do. You know, it's bad enough 125, but 135, it's 132. You know, it's really challenging. But it's the builds I've got. I've got the HK Lank and, you know, several vehicles that are either 135, 132 that I want to do for this diorama, and it's like a lifetime thing, really. And yeah, so I've got to do it. But yeah, this is getting me into the mood more than anything else. Pictures you get from camera drones are amazing. Yes, absolutely. Gillian Dotz says, good show, big thumbs up. Thank you, Gillian. Yeah, pictures you get from drones are brilliant. Yeah, they're amazing. Drone technology has really taken off in the last 5 years or so, hasn't it? So, and as Peter Webster says there, they are, Steve, man, is 4K quality pictures and video. Yeah, I mean, that's brilliant, isn't it? So there's a famous railway line, disused railway line out this way, that's called the Hull and Barnsley Railway Line, and was shut down from Beechings, Axins and what have you. So I think the last train running about 66 or 67 or something like that. And I joined a group that belongs that, and they have one or two carriages and, you know, various memorabilia. And you know, I suggested to them one day that they needed somebody with a drone to fly over the whole of the length of the line, if that was possible, you know, to see what's left, and, you know, and see how it's degraded over the years. And, you know, that would be so interesting to watch on a video, a DVD or something, you know, if you was to fly over the whole of the length of the line of the Hull and Barnsley railway line. It'd be so interesting. So yeah, that might come off yet, apparently, because there's one or two that's talking about it on the site, saying that they might group together and do, you know, certain patches of the line. But I think they've got to get permissions from the different counties that it goes through, I think. Peter West says he has a 65 mile an hour nitro car. Goodness me.
Mm-hmm.
First time I saw John Clarkson flying it across the African River on Top Gear. Wow. So Lindsay's build says, I feel your pain. I struggle myself with 135. Yeah, Geordie Dave has been very, very brave and taken on 176, 172. And another good friend of ours, Steve Owen is mainly a bus builder, and he's taken on 1/76 scale model buses and scratch building and painting and everything else. And so, yeah, hats off to you all who'll do smaller models than this. Really are dedicated. So we've got Kenneth in from Georgia. So hi, Kenneth, and he's loving all our videos and the channel.
Hi, Kenneth.
Yeah, going over that wingspan, you need permission to fly it. Yes. Yeah, I do believe you do, don't you? So, yeah. Okay. So, Lindsay's Build says, Alex, how are you finding that crane? A bit fiddly, eh?
Yes. Well, it's more so that because I've had to modify it because I wanted the LED cables to run down. I didn't realise these had to go in. So I've had to cut bits off and shape bits, and it's been, a nightmare, but it's all gone together now.
Looks superb. Okay, I'm going to stop yakking for a bit, and then I'm going to do a bit of gluing. And
Yak attack.
Pardon?
Yak attack.
Yak attack, yeah.
No, it's good. It's a conversation, isn't it?
Well, yeah. Yeah, the diverse subjects that we get across on our channels, it's brilliant.
I bought a RC car. I think it was lockdown. Thinking I could go out and do that, something to do, but we couldn't really do that either.
No. Was you restricted by?
You weren't allowed out at all, were you? Like, I thought you could go out and do stuff like that if there was no one about, but
oh yeah.
I don't know if I've got any pictures. Lockdown.
Oh dear, Alex.
Lindsay
says that's the easy bit, laughing out loud. Oh dear.
Well, yeah, we were just saying, because I asked Dave the question earlier. I don't understand the back page. How on earth are you supposed to put the cable around those spindles? Like, because 1 minute it's not there, the next minute it's conveniently there. So I'm just wondering how on earth we do that. I'm guessing these spindles are going to rotate and we'll be able to spin them on.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm hoping. So if you've got any ideas.
They've got to be the side lights. The tiniest ones are the side lights, aren't they? Is that correct, Alex?
Sorry?
The tiniest lights on this clear pack are the side lights.
I believe so, yeah, on the wings.
Yeah. God, Bennett. Well, I'm going to need something else to do that with them.
Here we go. So it's a bought one of these as a little hobby for lockdown. Massive it is.
Oh wow, gosh.
Yeah, so it's huge, and then I put a sports exhaust on it, and it would just take this 2-stroke.
2-stroke.
So yeah, it started first time, pulled the cord, and away it went. So there was no messing about, but yeah, it was great fun. That did work well.
Yeah. Was it 4-wheel drive?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there's the rim. Oh God, that's a throwback.
That's a long time ago.
Yeah, so enjoyed that, but it was so loud, and it didn't help the fact to put a bigger exhaust on it. It was just, you couldn't use it. It was just absolutely horrendous for noise, and there wasn't really anywhere open enough to use it because it was really quick.
Yeah.
A little bit of throttle and it was off.
I was going to say, yeah, it'd be off like Billy or that, wouldn't it?
So, yeah.
There's the windscreen wipers. What else can I do on this bit?
So Lindsay says you can do it either way. You can put the rope on the spools first or do it afterwards with a pair of tweezers. Oh, okay. Right. That's good. So I'll wrap it on before I do anything then. So I think the thing to do is put a tiny bit of super glue on the end and stick it to the spool. When it's dry, wrap it up.
Yeah.
I think that'd be easier.
Yeah.
And then I guess I was worried about getting the length right for the hooks, but I guess we can just cut it.
Yeah. It's if it looks right on the spool and you've got plenty on the spool, then yeah. So Lindsay did his afterwards. Wow.
So did you hear, Lindsay, that I'd won a third model? I'm sure you did. Yesterday.
Right.
Lovely. So that's the light done for the searchlight.
Jolly good. What did I do with my cocktail stick? I don't want to be stuck to it. There we are.
So searchlight. I mean a work light.
Yeah. You searchlight if you was looking for a car in the ditch that you had to recover.
So now I need some silver. Where's my silver?
Don't clear off, don't go. Come on, white cover. A little bit more. I've got to touch up the red now. Oh dear. Getting there. I'm making a back bumper that's red and white striped. So if you're wondering, like, so that, something my dad would have done. who was good at that sort of thing in real life. Because when he was in the army, he used to sound write vehicles for the army with all their distinctive logos and what have you. So desert rats, you know, do a desert rat and what have you, because he was good at sound writing. Sort of self-taught as well. Okay. Red, I can't do that yet till that dries. Excuse me. Forgot what I said I was going to do earlier on. Dear. It's been a long day. I'm getting there though. So there's a bit of them seat backs to touch up, isn't there, with that paint that I need to find again. That's going to be a difficult one, remembering which paint it was that I used for them. Not in that one.
Well, that's come out quite nice. Just painted the inside silver.
Oh, aye. Yes, indeed. Indeed. I think it's that one.
That can actually dry, because I'm not interested in really putting that on just yet until I've painted this all red.
Yeah.
But I think I'm about done, I think, because,
okay.
Well, I want to wait for that glue to completely cure before I start painting it, because I don't want to start getting glue potentially on my brushes.
Yeah.
And it's going to take me a while to start painting.
Of course.
All that red. So
yeah,
that could be something for next week. But not masses of progress, but some.
Well, I think it's pretty good. Pretty good progress. You know, just to say that we're just doing an hour here and there. Pretty good progress, I'd say.
So let's try and get a vision. I don't even know how this is going to attach. Oh, it will attach to that bit, won't it? So
don't stick to that. Yeah.
That's going to be somewhere like that.
Swizzle this round. Now, let's have a look. Yeah. Maybe somewhere near there, isn't it?
Something like that-ish.
Yeah. Wow.
And what I'll be doing is, once we know where this is all going to sit, because we've still got the bottom half to do.
Yeah.
I'll get my little Dremel out and I'll be drilling a tiny hole for these wires to go through the cab floor.
Yeah.
They're going to end up on the underside where all the electrics are going. So,
okay.
I don't see any of that. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
That was a bit of muck in there. Okay, so let's touch them seats up a little bit, and that lid can go back on there. What?
Do I? I think it would look really cool if I make the searchlight like that. Because it would light down.
Yeah. Yeah, if it's pointing down, yeah. So
yeah, it does, because it sort of faces downwards, so it'd light the back up.
Can't do that yet. So in that instance, then would you be thinking about getting a vintage car on the back of the crane? Another plastic kit for the vintage car that we would have to be craning up with the light shining on it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that'd look quite nice, wouldn't it?
So
no, I don't think I'm going to. It's too much work. Plus the fact I've thought about it now, and I'm not going to be able to get another wire down there now.
Yeah, that's
well, I could, but it would just be draped across these supports, and
yeah,
that would make it pointless of the exercise I've done tonight.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I don't think. I think I'm going to stop there with the lights. I mean, that's enough.
Well, you've done 100% more than I have because I haven't got no lights, which is all right because I'd like them both totally different anyway.
And I sort of have a bit of regret.
All right, what's your?
No. Ooh. Right, hang on. Experimental mode activated.
Okay.
Oh, where's that gone? I've got a banging idea.
Right.
Guess what it is here?
Okay, I'm just looking at my parts to see what parts I can put together for now. Oh yeah.
God, why do I always have these ideas at ridiculous time of the night? Obviously, I'm not going to show you yet.
Okay.
Because I want to see myself.
Yeah, of course.
Right, that looks ace. Oh, God. Bear with. File.
Okay. Oh, so Lindsay's going to have a couple of and a couple of attempts at building a scammel coupling for one of his. Wow. Yeah, I did, Alex. After you built all 4 of them, then time to buy another and scratch build different genre rear bodies. Yes. Yeah, well, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to scratch build a Bedford OWB. So, yeah. Goodness knows how I'm going to do it, like, but yeah, I mean, we've got a chassis to begin with. So, yeah, the long wheelbase chassis. But yeah, that's what I'm going to try and do. No, the company does a 1/24th scale Bedford OWB. There's only, I think they only do it in 1/76 and by Oxford, and I think they do it in 142, which is N gauge. So they do an N gauge and a double O gauge one, and that's it. They don't do a bigger one for an OWB. So Peter's off now, and it says a great progress for you both. Take care now. Night all. So night to you, Peter. Thank you for joining.
Thank you, Peter. And I'm hoping, I know you're sending me something. This might help for that. But yeah, good night, and I'll see you on the next stream.
So Lee says Alex and his brainwaves, and then he says later, Peter, and he says we'll see you in the stream at 5 p.m. tomorrow. And Peter says I'll be there, Lee. So David Bassett says you can have it towing one of your other Bedford trucks. You've got Horlicks.
Yeah,
you could. So Rapido bringing out some new models of the Bedford OB in 176. Yeah, I did have a word with them and tried to make them big, to try and make them bigger, but they wasn't interested. I wanted my main reason was 124th is done by Sunstar and Original Omnibus, is it? So and there's no 112 scale in this Bedford O type or OWBs, so wouldn't making a Bedford 112 scale model be absolutely superb. Yes, it would be dear and expensive, yes, but it'd be something to look forward to rather than another 176 scale.
What? I think I'm going a bit too far, actually, because I don't think you'll see it.
Not Lad says he's back. Oh, I know what you're doing. Yeah. Yes. It would. Yeah. So long as you can get the backlight not to light. Yeah. Sealed it in. Yeah. Instrument panel light. Yeah.
That's really cool.
It does look cool. Instrument panel light.
And if I swap it,
go over to the other one. Yeah. And there was exactly like that. There was really dim. It was poor. It was like, you can't brighten the lights up behind them. There was
basically the holes are already there.
Oh yeah, it is, yeah.
Compared to poking an LED in the back of them.
Of course, yeah. Wow, brilliant idea. Absolutely brilliant. So Lindsay says no, that would look great, Alex. Yes, absolutely.
So I could do it with
the front lights.
Some more of these nanos.
Uh-huh.
I'll have to buy some more. I'll run out anyway. Do the same because there's holes in there. Set them with microcrystal clear inside.
Yeah.
I don't think anything's going to go into those holes.
And then mask them up on the back. Yeah.
Then I can paint the back in black. and it'll hide on the light.
Yeah, that's a good idea. That's a
and then
brilliant
we
idea.
would have them light up. And doing it with Arduino, I should be able to dim the LED enough.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Does look nice though. I think that'll finish it off, but would you really see it through the cab? I suppose you would if you looked, but
you'd know it was there, and you know, if you were showing it to anybody.
Okay. Food for thought.
Yeah.
Would be a lot of work. Well, not a lot, but
well, yeah, but yeah,
actually not at all really, because I've not glued this on yet. So actually, I could still take that out, work on it, run the wires underneath.
Yeah.
So that's easy enough to do because I've not glued it yet. Okay, well, let's just put another 2 weeks on the project, isn't it?
Well,
that's the thing with these, though. I'm finding that I don't know where to stop.
well, that's I suppose that is a good thing, because obviously the more you do into it, the more money's worth you're actually getting out of it, aren't you? The more fun you're getting out of it, and the more fun that, you know, people who are watching are getting out of it as well, because obviously, you know, they just see normally a build video and nothing else happening, but while you're modding things like that, wow, fantastic. Absolutely fantastic.
I've just seen a comment there, Notland. Where would you put the battery? It's not actually going to have a battery. I've done the I've lit the headlights light up as well. Don't know what pins I've set them at. Let's have an experiment. I think it's 12. I'll show you what that looks like, Notland. Ground and 12.
It's trying.
There you go. So the headlights light up. I think you can see that. There you go.
Yeah. Fantastic.
So there you go.
It's got the headlights, the backlights, the flashing light.
And the backlights I will show you as well as we can. Obviously this one is soldering up yet.
Yeah.
I'm just going to borrow the back of this so you can see it. And that's going to be connected to digital 10. And it's hard to do until I've soldered all this. These wires are absolutely tiny. Oh, I can't seem to get these to work anymore.
They're very, very thin wires though. They're like hairs, aren't they?
There we go.
Ah, there we are. Yeah.
And that's the rear lights coming on.
Yeah. Yeah. Perfect.
So all of these mods were really hard to do because obviously the kit doesn't come with, you know, especially these rear lights, they weren't clear. So I had to drill holes out of them to fit the LEDs. And then I used microcrystal clear to set a clear coat around them. And then I had to carefully paint over the top with the clear red. And that's the result I got. But all of this will be powered from a USB.
Yeah.
So this will be soldered onto the Arduino to give it the power. And then this will just be, because on my shelf behind me, which you can probably see there, I've got like a big USB strip thing. So anything up here, well, that's on USB. That there's something else on USB up there somewhere. But that's where it'll probably go, and then it'll just get plugged in on the shelf with a USB. And the joy of it is there's plenty of room underneath here. So I just need to put these wires back. So what I shall do is, if I don't want it plugged in or I want it to look neater or whatever, I can type the USB. It will sort of come from down the right, so it will come out the back, and then obviously that'll connect. And then when I don't want it, there's enough room to poke this USB back up inside.
Yeah.
And then you won't see it. It'll just be suspended underneath the model. So that's the plan. There'll be no batteries involved. And then obviously if I did want to take it mobile, or not that I would, but if there was any shows or anything, for example, just simply take a power bank with me.
Yeah.
So
the only downside is, you know, if the show's outside, and you know, you'd have to take some sort of shield to show people with the lights on and what have you, because I'm, you know, guessing if it's a nice day,
yeah,
you know, you're not gonna see the lights so much, which is be such a shame.
But I just can't wait until it's all wired in, done.
Yeah.
And then I could have the big switch on.
Yeah, it's going to be fantastic.
But yeah, I think that's about it. I mean, I think for me, I mean, that's probably dry now, actually. But it's about what you up to, Dave. Have you still got lots to do?
No, I'm going to finish painting this bar, this rear bumper bar, and that's it. I'm calling it night.
Okay. I won't start painting then. But yeah, I'll be doing it in X7.
Yeah. That's the crane, isn't it?
Yeah. Actually, I'm sorry. I'm going to just do a little bit. I just want to do a bit on the wire to see how the wire hides.
Yeah, why not? Yeah. I'm just doing this red and white for the bumper, just to give it a bit more oomph, if you like. Come on, a little bit more. Okay, so a red and white stripy bumper for the back. Okay. And all painted by hand. Well, you can tell that, can't you? Red and white stripy bumper. Oh, where do I put that now, eh? I'll tell you where I put it, if I can find it. Always have a block of styrofoam so you can put your projects in like that into the styrofoam till it dries.
Well, that's it red. Can't really see the wire, can you? You can a bit, but that's only one coat.
Oh, it's not so bad, yeah. That's not so bad. In fact, that's very good. That's better than I thought it would be. A lot better. You're not going to notice that once you get a few coats on there.
No. Plus, it'll be up on the thing. And
yeah, you're not going to notice it anyway because you're going to be looking at other things on there.
Cool. Well, that's a little teaser for what's to come next week. I should paint the whole thing in that red next week. Unless I get...
Let's get some inspiration.
Do it in the week.
If you get some inspiration midweek, yeah. That'd be good. So, yeah, I've achieved a little bit tonight anyway. So I'm very happy with what I've achieved so far. You know, no rush. Just taking it nice and steady. So a little bit at a time and a little bit of progress. So yeah, I'm quite happy. And I want to get the transfers, the decals on these, and but I refuse to do that online. So and I'm chicken. Yeah, I won't make a mess of it, honest, but I'm just chicken. So
I might this week, if I get a chance, glue the doors on the cab and put the decals on the doors because I want to give that a clear coat.
Yeah, they've got
windows in.
They've got windows and they've got door handles as well.
So yeah, might try and do that this week if I can find some time.
So I'm going to use the same method you used with the spare wheel. I'm going to use some blue tack, I think. So I don't want it permanently gluing in. I'm undecided which way to have it, but I think I'll have it with the inside of the wheel showing rather than anything else.
What did I do? Oh, I did it outwards.
So the wooden box worked out pretty well, I think.
Yeah, I love mine.
So
I like we did different things. You did the silver, the Bordeaux, and I just did the hinges.
Yeah. Well, that's what makes this build individualized, isn't it? You can do things like that. So we've got different coloured seats and interiors, and I think my striping on my bonnets, the radiator grill's a bit different to yours, and then I've done this, you know, black and white, red and white striped bumper for the rear here. So yeah, so different bits and pieces. I was very tempted to go red and white striped on the front bumper, but I'm not going to. So yeah, that's the front bumper. That's ready painted, ready to go on. So, but yeah, I'm quite happy with the progress we've got.
Yeah,
I really am. So, are we? It's gone 10 o'clock. Are we calling it quits or do you?
Yeah. I'm getting a bit excited. I'm looking at this red going, oh.
So, goodness me, there's been a lot in the chat, so and far too much for us to catch up with. So Notlad says thanks for showing me. You're welcome. David Bassett says, don't forget to smash the like button, folks. Subscribe if you already haven't done so. And a big thumbs up. Says, all right then, see you for good this time. Yeah, okay. Yeah, be sure to pop in on the next one to see more progress, and pop in on the other things that we're doing as well, because obviously we just don't do this, we do all sorts of everything. So you often see models coming up of what we're doing, things that we're going to do in the future, things that we've done in the past. So Lee says, good stream, big thumbs up. He smashed the like button with a 00 gauge hammer. Good stream, says Lee. And Lindsay's build says, good progress with the Bedfords, guys. Thank you very much, Lindsay.
Thank you.
From our point of view, we've just been titivating things up and getting things ready for the big build-up, really. Yeah, I could have put a bit more detail into the engine bay and everything on that, but I think I'm quite happy with the way it is at the moment. So I'm getting really. I want to get the front radiator grill on. I want to get the wings on. I want to get the cab on. So if I can get all that on next week, that would be great. So I'm going to do these side lights off stream because Christine's got diamond painting pens, so I'm going to use a diamond painting pen to put the lenses in and then put them on the wings, and of course I'm not lighting mine up at all, so which is absolutely fine because it's just going to be a static model along with all the rest of them in the series, and a few others of course as well. So yeah, so all being well, we should be working back on the cab again next week, and then the bits and pieces for the back here of the body, and then I'll be starting like the same as Horlixs is starting with the crane. So very good.
Lenses, I've just put mine in the searchlight and glued it.
Oh
yeah. Because I want that to dry ready for next week, because that'll just be. Well, whenever that'll be cut off and then glued on.
Yeah.
So I know that's done, ready on the sprue now.
Yeah. Well, Lee says I'm doing an unboxing on my live tomorrow at 5 p.m. Okay, that'll be interesting, Lee. So hopefully we'll have had our tea by that time. So we'll be sat down at the table watching. So round about that time, I would have thought. Oh, excuse me. Goodness me, I'm so tired.
So you're going to get the cab and everything together next week?
Yeah, that's what I'm aiming to do. That, I mean, I was aiming to get the windows in today, but when you think about the windows, there's only three windows in the cab itself, and then one in each of the doors. And when you look at the windows, they've got a surround on them, so I'm going to tempted to do a matte black around the surround, very, very thin matte black around the surround, and then they've got a quarter light on them as well, so I'm thinking of painting the quarter light. I'm undecided. Quarter light maybe silver. Thinking about the aluminium at side of the quarter light, maybe. And then the back cab window is just literally an oblong one, and that will black around it as well. And I think they're going from the outside. And so yeah, I'm thinking that if I can make it, if I can get that big goal done of getting the cab done next week and getting the front on and the wings on, and then that just leaves sort of the back body then to pop on. And knowing the instructions, it's saying about putting the back body on first, but I think so long as it's lined up all right, or it'll line up all right, then we can just go for the cab.
Yeah.
It just depends on what lines up okay. I mean, yeah, it doesn't look so bad at the minute, but we haven't really checked for lining up and what have you.
So maybe I'll aim for that as well then, because this is all for the back, and obviously you've not done that bit yet. So maybe I should stick that aside and get this door done, glued, decals on, because I wanted to get this glossed up anyway.
Yeah.
Then it just leaves me with putting the windows in. Although that's going to be a mission, because obviously I'll probably use micro crystal to set them in. That is one of the slowest drying products I think I've ever used.
Yeah. So Lindsay's just put front ones only from the outside. Okay, I didn't realise that, but looking at the back there, front ones only from the outside. Okay, no problem. In one sense, that makes it a little bit better, because once you get the windows in the doors, it's just a case of popping the doors in, isn't it? So, and we have handles and everything to pop on the doors.
So what are you doing with your clear coat? Are you doing the windows, or?
No, I'm not going. I don't think I'm going to clear cut the windows. I may
just thinking of the decals, because they do come off really easily on this.
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe should put the decals on, clear coat, then put the windows in.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm maybe thinking. Yeah, decals, clear coat, windows. Yeah. I think that's the way I'll go. Yeah. Do you want to go cameras back up?
Yeah. It's just so much to do, and just knowing more. Oh God, what's going on with the camera? Why has it gone up there? There we go. Hello. Like, it's just trying to work out the best way to do it. You got to wait for things to dry and glue to set, and
So there's some good advice there from Lindsay. Clear coat cab before window. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's a mistake I made with my transit van on my windmill. But I incorporated that into the diorama. So I had the Italieri transit van that I made up, and I wanted it to look really rough and ready. And someone says you want to make the van look like it's from budget and scratch, and so I did. There's bits of there's all sorts wrong with it, and I clear coated the whole lot with a dull clear coat, and it turned the windows real foggy. And anyway, I managed to save the front window a little bit by wiping the windscreen across the front window, make it look as though the windscreen was wiped across the front window, and it just made it. I was very lucky because it made it look like it was just a misty, foggy, horrible morning, with this old transit van at the side of my big windmill, with a budget and scratch man bodging the windmill up, so it worked okay. But I learned a very important lesson there, not to clear coat when I've got windows in. So because it would have ruined a nice model, but obviously this was I wanted it a rough model. So it was my first go ever sort of weathering anything and making it look a real tatty, and I think it worked a treat, actually. So everybody that's seen it likes it anyway. So goodness me, so what are we today? Saturday, aren't we? Sunday tomorrow then. So Sunday tomorrow at 5 p.m. tomorrow, you've got Anfield Road layout in the loft. He's going live at 5 p.m. And pop along to Lee's stream there for some fun and merriment and building railroad entertainment and painting and what have you. Yeah, there's all sorts going off on Lee's channel tomorrow. So, and I'm not going to be doing a stream tomorrow evening, and that's because I need to catch up a little bit more on this bus. I'm working behind the scenes. I'm actually spraying paint pretty much as we speak on some of the metal framework for this blue Routemaster behind me. So that will be done very, very shortly. So because I've had some good results. I've had some bad results on the cab door, like I think I told you before. So I've had to strip the cab door off again and try and start again. So yeah, the cab door is made out of a funny kind of plastic, and it's just testing my patience a little bit, but I will get there. I'll definitely get there with the cab door. So once I've got the cab door out of the way, and then hopefully my destination blinds are on the way this coming week, and once they come, then we can crack on and we can get on with the blue Routemaster. And yeah, I wanted it done by the end of March if possible, but I do realise that might run into the end of April. But having said that, that's still before show season, so I've got plenty of time. So yeah, and work is also progressing on the open top Routemaster as well, off camera. I've done some bits and pieces to the bottom deck. Got the bottom deck sorted more or less, and so the top deck and the bottom deck sorted. It's just the framework and then the panels, and I'm actually spraying the wheels more or less as we speak. In fact, I've done one of the wheels in the new colour, which is the deep maroon, which was the East Yorkshire colour for the open top Routemaster. And so yeah, it looks rather nice, both back and front, of course. And then I've weathered the tyre, sanded the tyre so that it looks very worn. Difficult to pick up on this camera now, but yeah, they've come out absolutely fantastic. So they are a slightly different colour to the originals, and they are the body colour that the East Yorkshire Routemaster will be. So yeah, I've started with that. So okay. Next stream from this community is from Monday night at 7 p.m. and it'll be the Disney Dolls House. So that will be on Yorkshire Crafter's channel and Crafty Chris's channel. So at 7 p.m. on Monday evening. And I do believe that there is a stream directly after that as well. And that will be Danno's Universe. I think it's his Eddie Stobbard. And then I think Tuesday, I think it'll be the Eddie Stobbard on Christine's channel, so Crafty Chris's channel. And then after it, I think there's a stream with Geordie Dave and Danno's Universe. So, okay. Do we need to tell anybody anything else?
No, I don't think so. Sorry, just while we're talking, one door's good.
It's all right.
Yeah. No, I don't think there's going to be anything for me until Friday. Obviously, I'll be on the crafting quiz on Thursday, and then the normal VW on Friday. Don't think there's any, unless I do another update on anything, but I don't think so. So, okay. Yeah, I can have a bit of time off again.
Oh, jolly good.
Well, after 3 streams yesterday, this is the 4th.
Exactly, yeah. So a lot to be done, aren't there, in them 4 streams? So yeah, brilliant. Okay, so I'll go first. I'll say thank you ever so much for joining us tonight and sticking with us right till the end. There's 9 people in there, so if you'd like to bang that like button, that'd be great, and smash the other buttons as well and the bells. So, and then you'll get to know when our next streams are. So, good night from me. Take care, and thank you ever so much for joining us tonight. And yeah, we've had extra in as well, which is great from my engine community people. So thank you ever so much for that. And yeah, it's nice to see you in here. And yeah, we'll see you next time around. And nice to have Lindsay as well in for the fantastic heads up that he's given us on this model. So because we would be a little bit lost, but yeah, we're just taking it nice and steady, and hopefully we'll end up with a beautiful model at the end of it. And there's no reason why we shouldn't. So good night from me.
Yeah, and it's yeah, good night for me. Thank you everyone for watching. And thanks for the support, and yeah, I'll see you on another stream. So yeah, it's good night from me,
and good night from him.
Night.
Night.